Taoiseach, as of yesterday, the number of women killed violently in Ireland this year has overtaken the figure for the whole of 2025 in just 7 months. Rich, full lives extinguished, families deprived of mothers, sisters and daughters, communities deprived of family, of friends, of colleagues, of neighbours. It's become a cliché to describe violence against women as an epidemic and fatal violence against women as femicide. But that's the reality, Taoiseach. Women's Aid tells us that 1 in 3 women has experienced domestic violence in some form. Domestic violence is lived, endured and survived by women every day. But tragically, as we see, sometimes women do not survive. Almost 90% of women murdered in Ireland over recent decades were killed by a man who was known to them. Domestic violence kills, and study after study shows that behaviour of coercive control increases the risk of fatal violence. There's much we can do, Taoiseach, but I want to ask about one policy in particular. Frontline organisations like Women's Aid tell us that financial insecurity and the housing crisis are trapping women and children in violent homes. They simply cannot afford to leave and they have nowhere to go. Their abusers know this. So Labour has proposed a €3 million safe fund to provide fast financial support for those who need an escape route. Administered by Women's Aid, it would not be means tested. Taoiseach, just weeks ago I raised the epidemic of violence against women and girls with you. And I did so in the context of a number of policy calls, including the establishment of this safe fund. And you gave me a welcome reply, saying you would ask the line ministers to engage with us to explore how to ring-fence funds for this proposal. You said you were open to constructive engagement. But Taoiseach, we've heard nothing since then, and we know budget negotiations are already underway. A safe fund cannot resolve the deeply embedded misogyny that exists in Irish society, but if it can save a life or protect one woman or one child from the torment of domestic violence, it's worth doing. So, Taoiseach, can you confirm if you plan to bring our proposal to Cabinet? Will we see a safe fund for women in this year's budget? And if not, could we have a timeline for this change, this necessary change? It's not hugely costly, Taoiseach, but it is something that could have a huge impact on the lives of vulnerable women and children.
It is shocking. The loss of life, the murder and killing of women, and as you say, a large percentage are killed by people known to them, and the horrific killing of Jamey Carney and Adina in Portlaoise is quite shocking, but the numbers are not going in the right direction in terms of the continued violence and extreme violence that's occurring. So there's a societal response required. More generally, it needs to be, obviously there will be investigations in respect of the most recent killings, but that's in some respect, and those who committed these crimes need to be brought to justice. But more broadly speaking, we are supportive of any measure that will help women who are victims of continuing domestic violence. And that does mean far greater degree of flexibility in housing policy, for example, which the Minister for Housing has, since I think you last raised this, has actually updated Cabinet in respect of measures to transfer time on social housing between local authorities to facilitate women to leave where they are to another. But also to develop protocols with local authorities in respect of how women in circumstances of domestic violence can avail of housing and the provision of safe houses, as well as, of course, additional refuge spaces. And CUN is the new agency that the government established for domestic violence is leading that. I will speak to the ministers concerned in terms of your proposal around the safe fund, and it's not huge money. But again, one would have to engage with the organisation in terms of the specifics of that. We don't want that. We want to make sure that the programme of additional refuge places and additional safe houses, and also that in every local authority allocation, there should be, in my view, a reserve held to facilitate women fleeing domestic violence. So I'll ask the Minister for Housing and the Minister for Justice to talk to again in respect to specifics of what you've put forward. I favour as broad a degree of flexibility as possible to facilitate women who are under the constant threat of either coercive control or violence or in any shape or form that might take. And we have to provide opportunities for people to flee that violence and to leave that violence behind them, to take that decisive step.
And I should say, of course we all know, women and children should not be forced to flee from their homes. We do need to develop a means of ensuring that it's perpetrators who are removed from their homes and speedily done so. But we do also appreciate that in an emergency, victims need support in fleeing, in escaping violence, and freedom from violence should not be a luxury. So I thank you for your commitment in principle to a fund of this nature, a safe fund of this nature. The details can certainly be discussed and clarified, but the support of government in principle is vital, and could I ask that we might see funds allocated in this year's budget?
Broadly speaking, we have a significant issue, I think more generally, in terms of the level and scale of violence and attitudes, and particularly, this is separate from the murders that occurred, but access to violent pornography, for example, by young males is an issue as well, which could be creating a sort of an environment which is leading to the kind of shocking levels of violence perpetrated against women. And we do need to look at this more broadly, which we are, but I think we have to continue to look at what's the most effective way to change what the societal
Time is up.
context for all of this.